any spiritual path, they start imposing restrictions on sense gratification, particularly on sex life. As part of this brahmacharya, there are many principles are there. How a brahmachari should carefully practice his celibate life. So obviously, it is explained in the Shastra, there are some phases are there. The brahmachari means he should not even smaranam, kirtanam, keli, prekshanam, guhyamasanam. Even one should not, smaranam means think of sex life, because that is against brahmacharya. So complete celibacy means he will not even think of sex life. So Prabhupada is saying here, our modern literature, newspaper and everything is full of talks of sex life. And then kirtanam keli, indulging in sex life, prekshanam, looking at a nice boy or a nice girl, that is against with an intention to enjoy. Guhyamasanam, whispering between girls and boys. And then guhyamasana sankalpam, taking a decision to enter into that relationship. So like that, there are certain principles are there. A brahmachari cannot even entertain these thoughts of sexual life in the mind. And then Prabhupada is explaining that even in the newspaper or wherever we see is full of descriptions about this sex life. So how is this possible then? Is it possible to practice brahmacharya, even the grihastha life, any of these varnas and ashramas? Actually, in the varnashrama society, the whole society was organized and disciplined in such a way that everybody progresses towards the Supreme Lord, understanding Him, serving Him, developing our attachment for Him. The whole structuring was done with that intention. But unfortunately, in this modern world, the whole world is structured in order to enhance sense gratification or sex life. If it is so much organized like that, anywhere if some sexually attractive thing happens, immediately it comes in headline. So and so heroine did this, so and so hero did this. Immediately all the channels will be flashing that woman or man's picture. This is how he has done. And if someone becomes naked, that's all. The whole world channels will be behind. This is how we have built up the whole civilization, fully focusing on this sensual enjoyment. So in this age, obviously the Vedic varnashrama is not present. People don't even know that they have to practice celibacy before marriage. And why? Because only when somebody practices, he can become determined in his life. Prabhupada also mentions reading Krishna's leelas, pastimes. This is one powerful way of purging the mind of all the misgivings. In the mind is the storehouse of all ideas for sense gratification. So if we want to get rid of all this, then one has to listen to Krishna's pastimes. If our brain can be somehow filled with those stories, those leelas, such a brahmachari is very fortunate. So we can see whether we are advancing in Krishna consciousness or not by recognizing how much patience we have to hear about Krishna, how much we have eagerness to hear about Krishna, how much we have eagerness to come for the class, to attend attentively, or to read books attentively. This shows up how much serious we are. or how much advanced we are. So that's why a brahmachari should be very fascinated about swadhyaya, self-study. They have to become very eager. So many books Srila Prabhupada has given very kindly, and there is a ample opportunity for systematic study. One can take advantage of these books and the philosophy and then do a systematic study. Particularly Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, there's so many cantos, so many shlokas. One can systematically study these verses, make notes, try to remember some of these points, recollect in day-to-day life. This is our life. Every day we have a lot of work to do, lot of service to do, and that is to be absorbed in this Shastra. And then also one more interesting process that Prabhupada gave is to be absorbed in the service. This service to Krishna is a big blessing. In this age, getting an opportunity to serve Krishna, it is not easy. That is a very powerful way of absorbing ourselves in the Lord. So all these tools are available. How to practice, and then what are the various aspects of practice, everything is given. Now what is required is individually one has to take all the steps required to enhance himself. Every day there is a goal that I want to improve a little bit. I want to improve from yesterday. Instead of comparing with others and becoming agitated, better is to compare your yesterday, your contribution, your devotional service to Krishna, and then based on that you try to do something more. Everybody wants to grow. The living entity's desire will be to grow and grow. So if we don't have plans to grow in spiritual services, services to Krishna, then the mind will demand the growth in sense gratification. So nobody can stay neutrally like that. That okay, I will not do anything, and at the same time I will remain as a sthita prajna. There is nothing called like that. Sthita prajna means fixed in consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. You be fixed in all these practices, and then work hard for Krishna, sweat for Krishna, sweat for Prabhupada. Not remain comfortably. You sweat for Prabhupada. Then only we will be recognized. And then Prabhupada is saying the biggest method to protect ourselves from this Maya's attack is praying to Krishna for strength. Krishna and Balaram, pray to Krishna, Balaram or Gaur Nitai for special strength to face this Maya, and then able to serve nicely. And since devotees are practicing, if they take a determination that yes, I want to achieve this, they will be able to achieve. And as we practice more and more, advance more and more, we will be able to take determinations to render more and more services to Krishna, and by His mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, we will be able to do it. So there is nothing to fear about these principles. If somebody is very simple at heart and then he follows this Krishna conscious few of these principles, happily he can remain blissful in his services and go on year after year he can go on. But if somebody is inclined to take up grihastha, even that is permitted. There is and then there are instructions in such ashrama. Whatever may be the ashrama, one should know in this age. Perfectness is not possible. One should be very realistic. Instead of pointing it out, oh, you are less, or you are less, or you are less, or I am more, or you are better, or I am better. Based on ashramas, we should not fight with each other. Brahmachari is better than this Grihastha is better than Brahmachari, or this and that. These are all, just for the sake of somehow managing our life for few years and focus more on Krishna. Whatever is comfortable, somebody should accept, and he should nicely practice Krishna consciousness. But before I wind up, by hearing all these descriptions of Kaddama Muni and Swayambhu Manu, the devotees, if they want to marry, they should not think that I will also get somebody, a prince, a princess, and then so only then I will take up this ashrama or whatever. Because that is one more way to remain brahmachari, because you will never get. Don't have idealistic expectations, because the goal is not that. The goal is not to have a very beautiful wife or a husband or whatever, a beautiful house and this and that. This is not the goal. If that is the goal, then we will be cheated. Maya very expertly cheats us, and then you will be struggling with day-to-day affairs. So that's why better, keep your expectations, everything very low. See, be simple, and go on in your life. And then in case there is an aspiration to marry, there is a system, and follow and take the Guru's order, spiritual master's instruction through his institution, and then there is a possibility of accepting a different ashrama.